Welcome to the Boozy Blondes podcast.
She's Molly.
And she's Chrissy.
We're best friends on a quest to bring you all things boozy.
Let's get lit. Pop,
Fizz,
clink, let's drink. Welcome back, Lushes. We're so glad you joined us again. Today, we're going to talk about our trip to Keel and Curley Winery, or Keel Farms, which is in Plant City, Florida.
Yes, we had the best time. We went actually on Halloween of 2021. And Keel and Curley Farm or winery or cidery or brewery has it all. So it's actually all of the above, and it's a music venue. It is the ultimate farm-to-table establishment. So a little bit of history about it. It started in 1981 when Tampa landscaper Joe Keel began his own plant nursery on 10 acres in Plant City. The nursery eventually transitioned into blueberries, and in 2003, Joe decided to use his end-of-year crop, blueberries, and try his hand at winemaking, and that's when the winery was born.
I think his first batch was like 10 gallons.
Yeah, and that's just so cool to me how it can just grow
transform like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's just like if you and I were like, hey, we got way too many blueberries, let's do something with it. You actually can turn this into a business. I love that. So by 2013, they'd grown the farm to 35 acres and were producing locally inspired craft beers and ciders. Then in 2018, Joe's son Clay Keel and his wife Carmen took over and turned the farm into a family-friendly business focusing on sustainability and community. We definitely saw that while we were there. They were hosting a big dog charity event, and it was just very family friendly. You can tell it was very community centered. Everyone came out to support it, and we found out while we were there that they do a lot of stuff like that. Their calendar is always jam packed.
It's like, bring your kids,
yes.
Bring your pets,
and
bring your friends.
Sometimes you're not sure how friendly it is for everyone, but honestly, and they're just so nice about saying, grab yourself a drink and, wander the property and the facilities, and they give tours. While we were there, this was probably the best deal I've ever seen, but they had a special sample going on to benefit the charity, and it was cash only. And I think you had to sit at the bar, but it was $10 for a champagne flute, and you could sample anything they had on tap. I mean, best deal ever.
Yeah, we'll have to talk more about that. But speaking of drinking, what's our dough, Chrissy?
Ooh, our dough of the day. I wish we had something from Keel, but we didn't buy any to go.
We major failed.
I don't know what it was.
We were drinking all day.
It was our last stop on a 3-day drinking bender in Tampa. So if you haven't already listened, this was basically Halloween weekend, Rainer's birthday. We went to Coppertail. There's a whole podcast episode about Coppertail and a whole episode about Busch Gardens.
Coppertail Brewing in Tampa, Florida.
Yes.
And Busch Gardens Beer Fest.
Which is why we went. So check out both of those because we did them first, and I think that's why we were struggle busing hard when we got to Keel and Curley.
And that's so mean. We went because it was Rainer's birthday wish, not because there was a beer fest.
What did I say?
Oh, I thought you meant after I saw, there was a beer fest. You go, that's why we went. Poor Rainer. All he wanted was to go ride some roller coasters before he's too old and gets vertigo. And we're like, oh, cool, we're in. There's a beer fest.
And no, it was a blast, I have to say. We had a really great weekend.
Right. So, before I sidebarred us there, as Chrissy said, we have a whole episode about Coppertail Brewing in Tampa, Florida. And one on Busch Gardens, including their annual beer fest.
Which is not the sole reason we went. Rainer.
Drink.
Oh my God.
Drink again. That was unison.
But so needless to say, Sunday morning we had to check out of the hotel. We had to be in the car by 10 to make it to Keel to get home at a decent hour, and I'm sure we had something going on Monday because we always do. Yeah. So we were definitely a little hungover, but we rallied, and I'm so glad we did because I loved everything about this day.
So what's our dough?
Okay, back to this.
I'm sorry. This was my fault. I derailed you.
Okay, so I was saying we did not remember to get any to-goes, so we don't have a dough from Keel and Curley. But we're drinking something local from here in St. Augustine, from Dog Rose Brewing. It is their Lion's Head Honey Sour, which we talked all about during our St. Augustine brewery tour. But it's one of my favorite ones that Dog Rose makes.
I agree. That's a great sour.
Yeah, it's brewed with local wildflower honey. And I don't know. Oh, that it's only 5.2%, which, is important to me.
A little heavier than some of our other sours. I feel like we're on a 4% train.
This normally is a good one. It's almost like that honey rum that we got at Coppertail. Like, I feel like you could just drink it all day.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so back to what we love about Keel and Curley. We have to talk about the food because that was fantastic.
Oh my gosh, here we go, talking about food again. Yeah. Remember, it's very important for us to eat while we drink. And sorry guys, I'm drinking right now. So we needed to get there at 11 to make sure we could get a table for lunch because this place is so popular. They had no reservations left, so we took our chances to get there early and try to get a table. And as Chrissy mentioned, they had that special at the bar where you could get the $10 bottomless flute to sample or get a flute full of anything they had on tap. So the four of us posted up at the bar and ordered lunch. Everything. And it was awesome.
Yeah, I remember Phil just saying like, anything, I can sample anything, and he just like grabbed the menu and started like going down.
He went right down the road. Yeah,
and they had beers, ciders, and wines on tap.
All that you could sample.
Yes.
So yeah, we spent a good hour at least doing that. For our food, we started out with the spicy gator nuggets, which had the most beautiful presentation. I've seen a lot of gator tail nuggets in my time, especially being married to Rainer, and they're usually deep fried. Gator nugs or whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
Oh God, I almost spit out my gator.
That's something Megan would say. Chick nugs.
Nugs.
But they had a beautiful presentation. I think there were pickled onions on top, if I remember. And they were really good. Not super chewy, which gator tail can sometimes be, right, Chrissy?
I regret that I didn't try it because I was still feeling a little green. I was like...
You said, I'm not eating anything fried today.
Yeah, I don't know. We had like theme park food and I was
just
feeling
junk all weekend. No, I agree. So I ordered the wine smash burger, which had black raspberry merlot caramelized onions on it and garlic aioli. And I can never say this cheese. Gruyere?
Sure.
Gruyere cheese. And Rainer had the Cubano. And we both loved... We shared a little, but that burger was amazing.
I got the blue on blue burger, and they must have been so good because I didn't even see what you guys got. I don't think we even spoke. Like we just like picked up these burgers and did not put them down till they were gone. Across the 35 acres that Chrissy mentioned before, they have produce, they have a peach orchard, the blueberries obviously, they have chickens, they have cows, they have sheep. This is not their own cows that they served us. Oh, that's right.
They made sure to let us know.
Yeah, that was so funny.
But yeah, they were delicious.
Shout out to our bartender. Do you remember his name? Because he was just the best.
No, and I feel bad because as I started saying that, I was trying to remember.
Yeah, but I mean, everyone there this is on my list of what we loved, is that everyone that worked there was so incredibly friendly. I have to say, they were some of the best employees. They were so happy to be there, so proud to work there. I mean, that's just really what made the experience so amazing.
100%. Plus, it was Halloween, so most of them were dressed in costume. I loved it.
And I mean, you could tell it was like a charity live event. So anytime you're doing something out of the norm, it's a little chaotic for a company. But they just rolled with it. They were like, you know what? I'm not sure, but let me go find out the answer. Because we had questions. We'd never been there. And we're like, how does this work? What's happening here? But everyone was just so nice. And I loved that about it.
Mm-hmm.
That and the burger. Like, honestly, the food just kind of like brought me back to life. And then I was like, all right, I'm here now. And I want to see this entire place.
Game on. So we had scheduled a tour before we arrived to make sure that we could tour the brewery operation. And I think it was the wine too, right? Yeah, the winery and brewery tour.
Well, and I knew that way we had to go because we had bought tickets. I'm like, I don't know how hungover we're going to be, but we will have to show up now.
Yeah, we paid for our spot.
Yeah. But it was a good deal. It was only $10 a person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Elizabeth was our tour guide. She was dressed as a circus ringleader.
Circus Brittany.
I remember seeing her in the bathroom, and I said, "Oh no, she wasn't. She was a nutcracker."
Yes,
this is coming back to me.
You told me she was Brittany.
Yeah. So when I saw her in the bathroom, I told her costume was really cute. And instead of saying just thank you, she said, thank you. Do you know what I am? And I thought, oh, crap. I said, yeah, you're Brittany, because she looked like Brittany from the Circus video. And she said, oh, no, but that's a good idea. Anyway, Elizabeth was awesome. She was full of dad jokes, and she gave us our tour of the facility over there.
Well, the tour was also on a tractor. It felt like a hayride.
Yeah.
It made me feel like a little kid back in Pennsylvania. I loved it.
It was really fun. And we actually got to speak with Elizabeth after the tour. Mm-hmm. So we're going to play that interview with her for you guys to hear, so you can hear straight from our Elizabeth/Brittany/Nutcracker/tour guide about her experience at Keel and Curley.
So what were some of your favorite things about the place besides how amazing the food and booze was?
I would really like to go back when it's not a big event like that, because so much of what was going on seemed to be special for the event.
Right.
And the dogs in costumes were adorable. That was fun too. But I think, the food. Gosh, Chrissy, I loved it all. It's a place you can go spend a day at. Yeah. And like we mentioned, you can bring anybody there. Your kids, your spouse, your friends, your nieces, your nephews, your pets.
Yeah, I would say it's a great group meetup place.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite part?
There were so many things. I felt the same thing as you. We kept saying, I wish we had one more day. It's the type of place you could spend the entire day, and you want to have a hotel room right there, because you're just going to spend literally every hour there. But I loved that they let you walk around the farm with your drinks. It's actually encouraged.
Oh, yeah. And you could go see the animals with your drinks.
So you can walk through the vineyards and stop and take pictures, Instagram to your heart's content. And I think I even have that on here. That taking pictures is encouraged. And they had all these really cute photo ops set up, because we were there right after their fall festival and before their Halloween festival. So they had this awesome truck, old school truck out front, and hay bales and pumpkins and signs. So, you could just take your fall card photo there. It was so cool. And then there was another spot, right when we got on the tractor, that we sat on the hay bales and took pictures too. So I don't know. You know me with my photos. I loved that.
Yeah, that's right. You would say that, because they did have a lot of great Kodak moment spots, or I guess now Instagram spots. Yeah.
And then I love that live music is such a big part of their space. And I think that's why so many people just go there, because you're going to have a great time. They said that they do live music 4 times a week. And there was a great country singer when we were there. And she was good, because I don't even really like country. Yeah. But I was bopping my head while we were enjoying our drinks.
And she's from Wisconsin.
Yeah, originally. She was beautiful. We should we'll put her name in the show notes, because she was really good. And then I have community events. That was my last favorite thing, because it was very obvious to us that the community gets super involved, and they do a lot of cool events to help support all the different causes. And so Elizabeth told us that Facebook and Instagram is the best way to see what's coming up next. And I believe on their website you can access their calendar as well. But Molly and I both knew we wanted to go there, because it was so close to what we were doing at Coppertail and Busch Gardens for Rainer's birthday. So we're like, okay, we're never going to be this close again. We can stop on our way home. And I'm so glad we did.
I am too. It was convenient. And with all the events that they host, they do trivia, the music, like you said. They have different workshops, like wine and flower arranging and a charcuterie class. They do a 5K wine run.
Oh, yeah. I'll go watch that.
I'll do the wine.
Run. I'll drink the wine. We'll make Phil run.
Oh, yeah, he would like that. Okay, cool. We'll be the cheerleaders. We found someone to do that.
Well, I think what was so funny was, this is what we do to, poor Phil and Rainer, is we're like, guys, this is what we're going to do. And they just kind of look at each other like, oh, okay.
I just don't resist.
Yeah. And then we're driving there, and they're like, so what's going on? And they have no idea. And we have to try to explain it to them while we're really hungover. And I'm like, I don't know. It's Halloween. There's dogs in costumes. And we just have to get there because we don't have a reservation. And we're going to go on a tour.
But they're always great sports about it. And honestly, Chris, I brought this up to Rainer probably 2 months before we were going, when you and I first thought this would be a good idea. And before I could even tell him, I said, hey, when we go to Busch Gardens, there's this place Christy and I really want to stop at on the way home in Plant City. And he cut me off and he said, oh, there's a place I want to show you guys. It's called Keel Farms. I said, That's what I was gonna say. So he had been there before, and he really liked it and thought it would be a great place for us. So he was on our side that time.
It was just meant to be because it's rare that we're all on the same page. But
and now it was like his idea, not ours. He brought it up.
So it was a blast, and I thought it was so funny though because we roll up and the place is not even open yet. But there's like cars pulling up with these massive dogs.
Yeah. The big dog rescue, there were plenty of big dogs.
Well, I didn't know it was big dog rescue. I just thought it was like dog costume contest. I didn't even realize the charity thing's going on. And then I'm like, oh, obviously this is like a fundraiser for rescue pets. I didn't know it was like all gigantic dogs. Oh my God. I mean, I love dogs. Vinny's my little monster.
Right. But Vinny's little.
And like, I guess relatively good. He's harmless. I was going to say good, well-behaved, but
That's subjective.
Yeah. But we are just standing there waiting for the restaurant to open. And this couple got out with these gigantic mastiffs. Mm-hmm. Like the one weighed 210 pounds. The dog was manhandling this woman on the leash, and they're just like coming at us, and I'm like, okay, I love dogs, but I'm a little bit freaked out right now. So I just kept like backing up, and the guy's like, oh, he's friendly. I'm like, that's cool. I don't need him to come over here and knock me over.
Well, a minute prior to that, they did the whole like, I don't know, is it Lady in the 101 Dalmatians maybe, when the dogs get their owners twisted and all the leashes, and those two were struggling with those big dogs.
Yeah, I was like, oh God.
But it's so funny because so many of those big dogs are such big babies too. Like you see little dogs just walking in like they own the place, and there were dogs like with the skidding of their feet.
Yes, there was some really sweet rescue Great Danes, and I just have a soft spot in my heart for them. So they were so cute. But yeah, I mean, it was just an amazing day, and I could have spent even longer there because we got our second wind after we tried all the ciders.
We were brought back, like you said, after eating and then trying the different drinks. We were alive again.
What was your favorite drink that we had there?
That pumpkin cider.
That's what I have, too.
Didn't even have to think about it. That was delicious.
God, we really failed. We should have got a 6-pack.
I know.
Like, we looked at them on the way out. We're like, we should go. And
it's definitely seasonal.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. I remember that. We should go.
So I feel like, I wonder if I have this in the notes, but I wish that you could get this beer and cider at Total Wine. I'm not sure.
I think they're in some Publix, like in the area.
In Plant City, yeah. But besides that, it's very regional, so it's a hard one to find. So if you see it, try it. And I think she said it was more of their wine that is in the Publixes.
Yeah.
Which, if you like fruit wine, which is what Florida is known for, that's the type of wine that they bottle. I mean, that was really cool to go to their barn and see, like where they're making everything, and they do all the canning and bottling right there. And it's after seeing Coppertail, which is like gigantic, it was really cool to see like a mom and pop operation, and then they're doing such a great job doing what they do.
Yeah, I was so happy. That special though, seriously, was the best. I was so happy to be able to just try everything.
Yeah. It was.
They all taste so different.
It was Phil's $10, but the opposite,
but in a good way. Yeah. Not just one beer, it's bottomless. Drink.
But okay, so then I also have a list of what we would do on a return trip because, like we said, there just wasn't enough time to see it all and do it all. I would love to go back and meet with their brewer Omar.
Yeah.
And just like get one-on-one time with him to talk about how he got into it, because I feel like we just like get so much more out of it when you're actually talking to the person who's ahead of the operations. I wanted to try their pecan brown ale.
Oh, that was being released like the day after or the week after we were there.
I wanted to try it so bad. And like you said, the 5K events, I had that on here. I want to bring more friends. I think this is a great meetup for all of like the St. Pete buddies that we usually do. Because actually,
you're 70% of friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
A shout out to Brian and Fallon. They saw our Facebook or Instagram and they were like, "Oh my gosh, that's like in our backyard." And I was like, "Oh, really? Shit." Oh. Yeah, because I don't, I know like
next time, guys.
Tampa feels like just like one big swimming pool, and I don't really know like who's where in there, but
who's in the deep end, who's in the shallow end,
how close we really are. And I really want to check their calendar for more events like the concerts. And did you already say they do yoga in the vineyard?
No.
That sounds so cool to me. That's the only type of working out I do.
I think you get a glass of wine or a glass of beer after yoga.
Yeah, she did say that. Yeah. Elizabeth told us that. I was like, sold. And so we did the farm tour, but there's actually a wine tour. So you can like go in the tasting room after and then try everything, which we did the farm tour because we're not huge fruit wine drinkers, but I'm interested just to like try it all, you just get a sip.
I would 100% do that tour. But yeah, that usually I do not gravitate towards the fruit wines.
But the cool thing about it was when I was inside doing my recon, they had all these slushy drinks that were made with the fruit wine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. There's 4 different, I guess, flavors. And I was like, which one's your favorite? And they were the same thing, just like best customer service. They were like, well, actually, my favorite is mixing this flavor with this flavor. I was like, oh, my God, I love you people. But
once again, always ask your bartenders.
Yes. Number 1 tip, be less hungover. Because I was just like, we got there and I'm like, oh my God, this place looks so amazing. And I feel just so terrible. But
I loved that we went there in the fall though too, because being on the farm, wearing plaid or overalls, it's
we totally dressed
the
part.
Farm feel.
What's the Paris and Nicole?
Oh, a Simple Life.
That's how I felt, like so Simple Life. But
we just needed Vinny instead, like Paris's little Tinkerbell.
Well, that was what was funny because I knew it was going to be like the dog costume thing, and I was like, oh, of the one place I wish I would have Vinny.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we didn't bring him because he would have been a nightmare with all those dogs.
Yeah.
He likes to be the only dog.
Yeah.
He's in here with us right now being lulled to sleep. He might be the only creature that loves our voices.
Well, we hope you do too, if you're still listening to us.
Did you have any other recommendations or things that you wish we could have done while we were
No,
there?
because you covered it. I really want to go back for another event, more music, and be able to spend more time there. Maybe not a Sunday when we do have to get home and get the Sunday scaries,
like
because that's in the back of your mind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I'm having so much fun, but should I have one more drink? We have to get on the road.
Yeah.
Because that was like over a 3-hour drive for us still?
It was, yeah. It's on the other side of the state.
Yeah.
But definitely, we will go back.
So I would say my last recommendation is make a reservation in advance for the dining and the tours, because this place is hopping. It was
it's popular. Ooh, yeah, they have that big field for overflow parking, which was empty when we got there at 11, but by the time we left, that lot was packed.
Yeah,
packed full.
So either go super early or make sure you have a reservation.
Or Uber. Yes. Get dropped off.
Yes.
Which next time we'll stay
Safety
in the
first.
area and
I
Uber
bet you
over
there's
there.
like a cute little Airbnb or something.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Fun. We'll get a big group. It'll be good. It'll be good.
Okay.
All right. So now we are gonna play our interview with Elizabeth.
Yeah, she was so sweet. All right, so let's get that going, and we'll be back.
So my name's Elizabeth Olchenbruns. I'm a tour guide at Keel Farms, and I've been here since June of this past year.
So have you always been in the beer industry or wine industry or farm industry?
No, not at all, actually. So this is kind of just my side fun job, if you will. I'm a sales and service trainer during the week, so I travel out to clients and deliver management and sales training. But I also I do some volunteer work at the Polk Museum of Art. Oh, cool. And as a docent there, I volunteer and I give 4th graders tours at the art museum. And when I saw that Keel Farms was hiring for a tour guide, I was like, I can get paid for this, and who doesn't love to talk about beer and wine? So it was just a natural fit.
Yeah, you're so knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Thank you.
In the way you describe the beer process, because we've done different brewery tours and everything, but you just completely simplified it.
Gravitroned it, and I was like, yes, I get it now.
Yeah. With the centrifuge. Yeah. I have one in my business, in our lab, a centrifuge for something different, and I never thought of using the Gravitron.
That analogy.
Yeah, I'm stealing that from her.
Well, I can't take all the credit for the script. I would say that our GM, Alan, actually, he wrote a lot of that, and he's been in the service industry, the hospitality industry for a long time. He actually lived in Prague for a while, too.
Oh, wow.
So he helped develop that Czech Pilsner that I was talking about. But yeah, the script I kind of made my own, if you will, and all of those classic dad jokes. That was clearly my content. I have to take credit for that.
I referenced that in the Venmo. So, how often do you release new beers or new ciders?
I would say it's at least a couple times a month. Usually there's always at least a beer or a cider or a wine every week. It just depends on distribution and then what type of events we're going on. So the fall releases we're on our last end of, and that's where we're getting ready for those darker beers and more winter, autumn, for what that is in Florida, releasing those as well.
And did you say that is the beer available at Publix or just the wines and ciders?
So 5 of our wines that are all year round are always available at Publix, 100% of Florida Publixes.
Okay.
Locally in Plant City, you can find our wine at Winn-Dixie and Walmart. Our ciders, your best bet for cider is to buy it here at the farm, but you can find our cider at Total Wine at ABC. So if you're in St. Augustine, look and see in your ABC or Total Wine, they should have a couple of each of our wines and our ciders.
Cool. So if we go to Publix and we're looking for the wild berry wine as an example, we can request it if they don't have it there. Does Total Wine or ABC extend the same kind of courtesy?
You know, that's a good question. I'm not sure. Depending on their customer service level, I would say possibly, but I know that Publix is our number 1 distributor, so they come at the forefront. I think it just depends on other distribution levels for the other providers.
We can test it out.
Yeah.
We'll ask them. We'll go to our ABC or Total Wine. We have a Total Wine in Jacksonville. So
Yeah,
it's not far.
absolutely.
We did the $5 like refillable flute today, so we sat at the bar, and I think we've tried just about every cider and beer that you guys had on top.
What was your guys' favorite?
The pumpkin.
The pumpkin. That one's really good.
I can't wait to try that pecan pie. That sounds so good.
And we really wanted the pecan brown ale.
Yeah,
but
that was
they ran
tapped out.
Yeah, we've been really busy. We just finished up our harvest days, so on Saturday this place was a madhouse with like kids and pumpkin painting and hay rides and all sorts of fun stuff. So today we got the dog thing going on, but I'm sure there will be more events because this is our busy season because the weather is just so nice. So
It's really cool.
Yeah, it's great that it's family friendly and pet friendly.
Yes.
So
Yes.
everybody
Absolutely.
can come and enjoy. And I guess I just have one more question. I don't know if you have any more, but do you have a certain number of staple events that you have every year that we should be like looking out for? So we
Telling
can
our
come back?
listeners or anything.
yeah, absolutely. So we always have live music at least 3 times a week. So on Wednesdays there's an acoustic set, and then Friday, I guess 4 times a week. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday there's always some sort of live music. We always have several 5Ks throughout the year. So usually there's one around Thanksgiving time, and then one towards maybe the springtime, and you get to do your 5K around the blueberry fields, which is pretty cool. And then you obviously get a free drink afterwards, which is always a nice perk after you've done some running.
Yeah, if I'm
earned it,
running,
yeah.
either somebody's chasing me or there's an incentive.
There's beer at a finish line.
Exactly.
Perfect.
But I would say if you just follow us on Instagram or Facebook, they'll definitely post upcoming events, and our marketing team puts together a lot of really fun events throughout the year. So don't be surprised if the fall time and coming into the holiday months, there'll be a bunch of stuff going on.
Awesome. And so when you did see that they were hiring for tour guides here, how many tour guides are employed by Keel
So it
Farms?
was just me for a while, but they are now offering tours on the weekdays too. So we have another tour guide who comes on the weekdays, and she provides walking tours, and you actually then can see the production in place because the employees are actually canning and making the wine.
So fun.
And were you a regular here before you applied for the job?
Not quite a regular, but I went to a lot of events here as well, and I live in the area, so it just seemed kind of like a natural fit to make some extra money and have some fun while doing it.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you, everybody we've come in contact with today, everyone's so
friendly.
happy, so friendly.
Good.
Like, it's like people truly enjoy their jobs and love being here. And with the labor shortage, like everywhere right now, this has been fantastic. Everybody's like, "Hi, how you doing?
Good.
Try this one. This is our favorite. You should try this with this." And it's been a really great experience.
Good.
So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I know. I always love asking others what their favorite is because I think that really gives you the inside scoop, and everyone's flavor profile is different. So
That's the one thing we've learned doing this is just go sit at the bar and ask the bartender what they like best. That's how you find the best beverages.
Any employee who came by the bar, like, "What's your favorite?" And they're like, "We'll try that next."
Yeah.
You know?
awesome.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Elizabeth.
Yeah,
we
thank
really
you.
enjoyed the
Thank
tour.
you.
It was nice talking with you.
Isn't she cute?
She's the best.
I loved Elizabeth. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you for spending time with us. We know you had another tour to give after hours. Oh, and you know what? I saw this twice there, and I think this is brilliant. A lot of us don't carry cash anymore, and I always like to tip our tour guides or tip the musicians, and they have their Venmo accounts listed now in front of like their tip jars, and I think that's great because then you can still, help them out.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have cash. So I was happy that.
Yeah, because she just was like above and beyond most tour guides, and we definitely.
Yeah, and I spent all my cash at Busch Gardens. I think.
Yes.
No, on the $10 wine bottomless.
That's right.
That one.
It's time for our Fast Five.
Okay, so we talked about how we were glad to be there in the fall, but what season, if we go back, do you want to go back in?
I would say summer.
Okay. Who had the best costume that you saw that day?
Oh, I loved all the Scooby-Doo people. Because I was really considering doing Velma and Fred for me and Phil, and Vinny was going to be Scrappy. Oh, Daphne. That's right. I was going to be Daphne. The purple.
That's right.
So I thought it was weird. There was a lot of people doing Scooby-Doo this year.
And do you prefer their beer or their cider?
Cider.
Which is weird, right?
Yeah.
Because usually we're not huge cider fans. Okay. So we were talking about some of the events that they have there. If you could only do one, would you do the flower arranging or the charcuterie board?
Charcuterie, hands down.
But you love your flower
I
crowns,
know.
so I really thought that
I
would have
know.
been a difficult question. But yeah, who are we kidding? Let's eat.
Yes.
And okay, last question. If you had a farm, what would you grow?
Oh my goodness. I mean, I want to grow grapes so I can make wine and hops so I can make beer. So I guess
I see a theme.
Yeah, alcohol.
Drinking farm.
Yes.
Cool.
I will grow alcohol on my farm.
I'll visit.
That's 5?
That's 5.
Oh, that was fast. We're getting faster, guys. Okay,
Wait,
Mal.
I think. Yeah, I gave you 5.
Here's your fast 5.
Okay.
What was your favorite drink?
Pumpkin cider.
What was your favorite part of the farm?
This is weird because I'm not as big of an Instagrammer as you are, but that display when you first walked in with the truck and the hay bales, it was so cute.
It was really cute.
That wasn't my favorite part. My favorite part was that burger. Who am I kidding?
That wasn't the farm. That was the favorite part of the menu.
True.
Okay, number 3. Did the big dog scare you?
No.
Shut up. I was scared of that big 200-pound one.
I was more scared of the slobber than the dog.
I was too.
Like Beethoven slobber.
That's literally why I kept backing up, because I'm like, we just got here and we did not get our Instagram photos yet. I cannot have slobber on my overalls.
Yeah. Oh, no.
So vain. Number 4, would you rather pet the sheep or the pig that was in timeout?
Oh my God, I forgot about the timeout pig. The sheep, I was trying to get them to come over.
I loved that she said the pig was like a boar.
Yeah, it was a wild boar, wasn't it?
And so not like a farm-friendly animal, so it had to be put in timeout. And I was like, oh, I need to meet this pig.
He's lucky because timeout could be like,
The
when you send your pets to the farm. So I think he really
was
isn't
already
just
at
timeout.
the farm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, number 5. Would you rather have their beer, wine, or cider?
Oh, the cider. I'm with you. I like the cider there.
It was really good.
It's really good. It's not, well, some of them were really sweet, but I found my ciders that I really enjoyed because we got to drink them all.
Yeah. Okay, I have a bonus one for you that I thought of when you asked me the question, and I think I know what your answer is going to be.
Okay.
What was your favorite costume there?
Prince Eric.
I thought you were going to say Human Ariel.
No, I loved her, but I mean, her husband was Prince Eric, and
Their
I
whole
kind of ran
theme.
into him and just looked up at him like I was at Disney. Like, hi, Eric.
Well, hers was so original. I like did a double take. I'm like, wait, why do I know you? What are you?
Mm-hmm. And the other girl that was
Sebastian.
with her, the dog was Sebastian,
Yeah.
but they had a Jasmine, and then they also had Princess Aurora, but when she was hiding in the woods and her name was Briar Rose, so she was like the farm girl version of Princess Aurora's Sleeping Beauty.
Very creative.
But yeah, yep. And you know what? They were selling.
It was kind of like a
lavender
little farmer's
syrup.
market area.
No, yeah, shoot. What? I've been taking it every day because it's really
it was
good
like
for
a honey-
elderberry
yeah.
syrup. Yep. So the Disney girls are selling that, and Rainer and I got a bottle of it. It's really good.
Yeah, so moral of the story, we loved Keel and Curley. I
Yes.
can't wait to go back.
Sorry, I was still thinking about that syrup because I'll definitely put a link to the name on our blog so you guys can check it out.
Yeah, make sure you always check the show notes because we try to do a good job of referencing everything that we talked about and links that you guys can click on to find out even more.
So you know we're telling you the truth about a lot of these things.
We try.
The ones we don't tell the truth on are in our apologies.
Our apology tour.
All right, I guess that's it. Do you have anything else?
No.
Okay.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
That's it for this episode. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back soon with more boozy fun.
Well, and make sure to follow us on social media so you can get the drink of the day on Wasted Wednesdays. On Facebook, we're /Boozy Blondes. On the gram, we are at boozy.blondes. And on YouTube, we're /Boozy Blondes. Visit our website for recipes and references from each episode at www.boozyblondes.com. We'd love to hear from you, so send us an email sharing your boozy stories and requests and pictures at boozyblondespodcast@gmail.com.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to our podcast so you never miss a chance to drink with us. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, and more. And don't forget to leave a review. The boozier, the better. If we love your toast to our show, we'll read it on air. Stay boozy.
Cheers.